So, welcome to my show Balance, which I'm going to quickly walk you through. It is just a preview before it's open to the public tonight, and I thought I'd give a little breakdown why it's looking all beautiful and ready for people to come in. So this is a space, and you can come on also Saturdays at the moment and view it, and it is a cafe one. It runs in the morning, so it's sometimes tables in the middle, so you can actually have a seat, have a coffee, and I will be there. Just showing you how it was set up for the private view with a candle which had the moon phases. Starting with November, this actual piece was the first full moon piece I did, while my show before was actually on display, and I was painting this at the same time. I started then with New Moon below, which was called Jomo, the joy of missing out, and this was saying I'd rather be at home with the cats or do yoga. We're moving on now to December on that piece, and it's just a reflection of my time. This is where I'm using the idea of the ebb and flows of life. Obviously I captured the equinox, and this was done at On Oak Park, the same area where the actual current show is set in. That piece was in my summer show called The Roads We Travel Together. This is the display of a wall, and this is the first time I've done a completely painted show, predominantly oil paints. There is some mixed media, acrylic and watercolours. For example, this below here is watercolour with Palo Santo etched onto it as well. This one says 6 paintings later, a base candle. Is the idea of being in the bath, contemplating the only space that you can actually get. Why this piece was about actually me getting on my way to Margate and seeing an owl come down and hunt. And yeah, there's quite a lot I could talk about with all the pieces. The titles are very vivid, and they give you the month, they give you the actual, whether it's a full moon or a new moon. And as I was about to mention, part of it was the full moon. I'm full of energy. Like here, I've been horse riding. It's the embrace, it's relaxation for horses that I've rid. And the new moon, I tend to find, is more of a contemplation time, a time that I want to be alone. I want to think of thoughts, I want to think of intentions, and I just need a little bit of time by myself. I do find some people are very recharged when seeing a lot of people. I actually need that solace to be able to actually think, to be able to refill my cup, and that's very important to me. This particular piece I showed in the summer show of Anna Lovely's gallery, and it was like my love grows like a succulent idea, that it needs a little bit of attention, not too much, but if I don't pay attention, everything does wilt and come to an end. There's a lot of meanings and depth, and I find, unless I'm going to make this a very long video, it's hard to actually describe everything. That particular piece was called Luxury Problems, which I love the title because I do feel that it's a lovely position to be able to be in as an artist and share my thoughts and talk with people and actually have my emotions actually integrate with other people's and give permission for people to speak about their vulnerabilities as well. And I really do enjoy that privilege of being in that space. The piece before that you just saw with the house and the clock on the head was to represent me and my partner almost being 12 years together, and that was showed in a queer exhibition early on this summer at the Mexican Embassy. By this point I'm actually reflecting on the feeling I'm tired. I've done at this point planning on a Ramsgate show that was at St Lawrence, which you can see in another video as well, and I was working on all these shows but going through a lot in my own time as well. At this point I was in Margate, and this was a view of just at a glance where you see the actual moon, and you feel like I was being guided by it, the light on the way home. This one my voice just went a little bit because it was a little bit harder, that one and the next one I'm about to shoot. Not this one, the horse. That was a lovely moment about this. This is about grief. I painted my dog where he and our life, and then I blurred it all out and just painted the house empty without him on the hill. And that's because even now it feels very hard, and it's that moment of him not being there in my life and getting used to that. So these are all coming at a better stage where I'm starting to investigate. I'm going to Margate, Thanet areas, I'm looking at solstices again, I'm looking at nature, and I'm just recharging myself with nature. That particular building in the background you may recognise as the famous Arlington House in Margate, and that is a phrase that I've just written there. It says it would take me a lifetime to capture you, because of the sunsets there, which I just find so amazing in that area. This particular piece is about life's a game of chess, so if it is, then don't give up, believe in yourself and keep going. And there's an ode to one of my favourite artists in there, as well as me and my partner, and this was done on my 40th birthday, this bit below. So very journalistic moments, and actually captured playing chess underneath the moon, which I actually did in the night time in a garden, which was wonderful. And this is the final piece, from Plimp House to Naughty Wild, I call it, and it's a beautiful reflection. It's a time capsule of my life and where I've been, where I am, and where I'm going, with hidden diary entries hidden in within it. I hope you enjoyed this show, and as I said, it's currently showing until January 5th on Saturdays from 10 o'clock to 12. Come along, have a chat and see some work at St Augustine's on the Oak Park, London.